Hi, my name is Nathaniel Woodcox. I'm a musician and I have been playing, listening, studying, and creating music since I was born. I love all kinds of music, but I specifically listen to Western popular music from the last 125 years. I come from a very musical family. A lot of my family members are non professional musicians themselves. In my youth, I would pick out songs that I liked and try to play them on our house piano as best as I could pick them out by ear. That led me to buy a keyboard with my brother in middle school, which I soon took over as my own instrument. In high school, I took up an interest in the bass guitar and learned the basics of it from a family friend. It has taken me my whole life so far to do it in any kind of public capacity, but I have also been singing since before I can remember. Naturally, as I grew older, I began putting together my own little tunes, usually consisting of a bass line, rhythm, and a melody piece on a piano, and every now and then I would write some lyrics to sing over the top. As much as I like to tell musicians that I play by ear, I feel that that statement by itself sort of dismisses the amount of music theory that I've picked up through the years. And that's just subconsciously through playing with other musicians and just listening to music with intent. Over this time, I have developed a philosophy that I believe should be important to any musician who is aspiring to be as best as they can. If music is a hobby for you, then this message isn't necessarily intended for you. I will elaborate on each point I make, but my philosophy is this. The best musicians hold a balance of intentional musicality, proficient instrumentalization, and unique artfulness. Starting with the music, I firmly believe that if you are a musician, you should love and hold a respect for the history of music. I would encourage every musician to go and study the evolution of music and genres. Go and find the big names of those genres. Go and find the innovators of those genres. Go learn about the importance of those genres and the impact that those genres had for their time. Music theory is also very important as it allows a musician to clearly articulate exactly what they are trying to say through their music. Among jazz musicians, you will find the most skilled player of any instrument. These musicians are also completely fluent in music theory. However, I feel pure jazz misses the premeditated decisions that make other more structured forms of music more emotionally tangible, or how I would describe artful. Because of this, my favorite genre of music is swing, because it's just barely on the pop side of jazz. So now that I've talked about the music, I would like to talk about the tools. Instruments are what allow a musician the ability to speak. They give a musician their voice. The more fluent on an instrument a musician is, the more ease they will have in playing exactly what they want to hear. I would encourage every musician who plays any instrument to also go and learn the evolution and the history of their instrument. Find the role that that instrument has filled in a band through time. I would also encourage every musician to learn every sound that their instrument can make. What I mean is strip off all the effects and learn every voice that your instrument can make. Play with the EQ settings and learn the function of any knob or control on your instrument. With guitar and bass, learn how to control the pickups and the sounds of those pickups and how to maneuver about those sounds. Then, once you have heard all of those sounds, you can start to make preferences. If you know a musician that plays the same instrument as you and you would like to have a similar sound, go and do research to find out what they're doing to achieve that sound. Finally is the art. The art in music is what allows the listener to connect to it on a personal level. The art is the catalyst for emotions in music. The chord phrasing, chord changes, melodies, and harmonies that convey very specific emotions are what make music artful. I believe the best art from artists come from times that they are either completely in touch with their emotions or completely bewildered by them, but then are able to clearly articulate that through their art. It is also important to express those emotions how you feel them. Make the music sound like you are speaking through it. Once you start to feel your emotions realized in your music, then you have created pure, unique art. Now, to answer the question that you've probably been wondering, why do I care so much? Why is any of this so important to me? Well, we live in a day and age when mediocre music is becoming easier and easier to make and becoming more and more abundant. This is all just my philosophy and something that I continue to strive to grow in. But I state it in the hopes that it encourages other musicians who truly love music to strive to create outside of mediocrity. Thank you.